Some examples, the inland wealth. This is taken near Myeonggan, near Bangkok. Down to, this is in the village of Winka in the Mon State. And down off, this is Nalgon, off that coast of Hue, looking out to the Andaman Sea at the time of the tsunami. But thinking about how all of those resources come together to make not the Q millennium and not the Mon millennium harmlets. And this is a drawing by Yu San Wen at HL22 within the old site. The unusual, so-called unusual Pew custom of burial adjacent to or within so-called Buddhist structures. Coming back to the question of coins, how can we build up a coin typology? You can put a coin in your pocket. But also taking these two small examples of coins from Guin Long. These are both coins from Thailand. Well, if you just look at them, they're extremely different. And I'm in the process of writing another article about the different scripts. Indeed, if you take just a small look at the variation of Pew scripts, and you start looking at the language within the Pew scripts, what are seemingly indigenous Pew words, not Pali words, we have a vocabulary of very rich pre-existing veneration, probably built around familial groupings and ancestral veneration, that I think needs looking at to understand the Buddhism that grows out of the Bronze Age culture. But not forgetting the South, there's abundant material. No bronzes yet, because it's all too wet down there. But a number of rings that link very closely to material found in central Thailand. These were found a couple of years ago by Yu San Wen near the Thaialnd. And also these serrated seam.
แล้วก็มีเอกสารอยู่2แหล่งนะครับที่มีห้องสมุด2แห่งนะครับห้องสมุดอันหนึ่งเนี่ยนะครับอยู่ที่กรุงลอนดอนมีห้องสมุดอีกแห่งหนึ่งเนี่ยนะครับอยู่ที่กรุงเอดินบะระซึ่งเก็บรวบรวมเอกสารทั้งหมดที่พิมพ์ขึ้นเนี่ยนะครับและตอนนั้นเนี่ยนะครับครอบครัวผมอยู่ที่เอดินบะระผมได้มีโอกาสเข้าไปศึกษาเกี่ยวกับเรื่องเอกสารต่างๆนะครับแล้วก็ประกอบกันเป็นเรื่องราวนะครับที่ผมจะเล่าให้ฟังนะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยนะครับอย่างที่ผมเรียนก็คือว่าเรื่องนี้ทั้งหมดเนี่ยนะครับไม่ใช่เรื่องประวัติต้องบอกว่าในฐานะที่ผมไม่ได้เป็นนักประวัติศาสตร์นะครับเพราะฉะนั้นเรื่องทั้งหมดเนี่ยนะครับไม่ต้องถือว่าไม่ว่าจะเป็นกระบวนการวิจัยกระบวนการศึกษาก็ตามเนี่ยนะครับแต่ในฐานะต้องเรียนว่าในฐานะที่เป็นนักวิชาการและเป็นคนมอญเพราะฉะนั้นเรื่องต่างๆที่ผมจะนำเสนอต่อไปเนี่ยนะครับเป็นในบริบทเหล่านั้นประเด็นที่ผมจะนำเสนอเนี่ยนะครับมีอยู่3ประเด็นด้วยกันอันนี้ภาพอันนี้เนี่ยเราแกะสลักที่บ้านผมเองที่พูดถึงเกี่ยวกับเรื่อง
What is there and what are the resources they use and how did they link to China, how did they link to India, how did they link to Sri Lanka, and how did they link to central Thailand? Because indeed, Myanmar archaeology has been in isolation. We need more people, all the people that are sitting in this room. Come, go look on the ground. Because it's not until we can find more evidence that we can start to understand what's really the most long-lived Buddhist culture, and I think the most important part of the history of the Southeast Asia. So I hope by beginning to demystify myths and starting to look what's actually there on the ground, please continue towards that.
I would like to try to enlarge the discussion, and for that purpose I will show got my paper because it is not in the CV. Sorry? So I will alternate reading the paper and showing some points to illustrate the paper. And so, what I don't want to discuss about Mon and Pew, but to enlarge the problem and to try to show that we have to compare the Mon things with other countries, not only in Burma or Thailand, but also in the eastern part up to Sampa. So I follow my text now. In order to know more about Mon archaeology, I think that it is necessary to insert it into Southeast Asia as a whole. First in the peninsula, later with the island, Sumatra for instance. And of course, not to limit it to Burma, Thailand. It is a direction being taken now in current archaeology, in proto-history, for instance in Thailand or Vietnam. Here I just want to present the pictures in which first point talk about the first small words and the first name of the word. The most ancient mention of Mon words, Tun Sun, so the word Raman is here an ethnonym, and linguistically the same as Ramania. So its presence in a list of people bear witness in the 7th century inscription to the existence of a Mon population at that time. What is interesting is that we found this inscription quite far geographically from Burma. In 1937, a French archaeologist, Bézassier, discovered near Belgium a placette which was easy to find the publication of the inscription in specialist library. I have heard that there is a project to make a complete catalogue of Mon inscription, from K1 to around K2. After the Thailand period, for almost 50 years, no work was carried out at all. Now, Valéry Schweyer has up to the present time compiled an inventory of 220 inscriptions, from C1 to C220. The order of those inscriptions of the inventory is not the date of the inscription itself, it's not chronological, but the order of the discovery. For instance, C1 is an inscription of the 14th century, and the oldest, the number 72. Today, highest floor. And this shows us that there were some several proved. The other, which is booked on the list, belongs to the foundation deposit of the stupa. There was no devotional scenes of prophylactic use to protect the city from evil, with floral and animal motifs. We need more scientific study of this very important work, and also more excavation. Nevertheless, it is another proof of antiquity and importance of this archaeological site. If we look at detail, what I call the horse panel, is image in bronze, but there is some mistakes. This is one of the 4 colossal monumentation of Buddha from Twente, Burma, up to Dongyong in Vietnam, in Saigon. So we can say that this may be the beginning of proof that there were Buddha exchange, Buddhist exchange between earlier places, that means Twente, and the rest of minor Southeast Asia with the Chinese Buddhism influence. This is the last one, with my fourth point is toward a new history of different Mon school Buddhism. This consideration to ancient Buddhist iconography can help us to reconsider the history of the Buddhism of the Mon with several Sanskrit or Nikaya schools, which are rather different from the present Thailand Buddhism in Burma, Thailand, etc. I will now try to show the step I have used to study the Mon plate of the basement of Thaialnd Pagan, and there is 5 steps Ananda plate. At the basement of Ananda temple,